You're watching the Sports and Political channel of LB. If you're not a subscriber to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share these videos on your social media platforms. All right, let's talk about this. All right, the Brooklyn Nets, as of this recording, they are number 2 in the Eastern Conference right now, behind the Boston Celtics. Now, in the beginning of the season, this team was a disaster. And as a result of this disaster, Steve Nash was fired after a 2-5 record to start the year. Jacques Vaughn, who previously coached the Brooklyn Nets while they were in the bubble back in 2020, ended up taking the job on a interim basis. Now, before Jacques Vaughn took the job as the interim head coach of the Brooklyn Nets, if you ask me, during that time with Steve Nash as the coach, I think the players tuned them out. They didn't have an identity. Their defensive identity was non-existent. Um, the offensive game was non-existent, and there was no team chemistry. It was just a myriad of issues and problems that was came that for all intents and purposes came to the surface, right? And the players tuned them out. They were last in defensive rating. They was like in the bottom half of the league in offensive rating. This team was going nowhere fast under Steve Nash. So they fired him and they replaced him with Jacques Vaughn. Now, Jacques Vaughn, to his credit, has given the team, in my opinion, an identity on the offensive and the defensive end. And we're going to look at some numbers that will support what I am talking about. Now, this, where I always go on, is StatMuse. Obviously, they're not sponsoring the video, but I like going on there to support what I am trying to convey. Appreciate everyone for watching. You hit the like button, support the channel. We're trying to get to 2,000 subs. All right, so and as you can see here, Brooklyn Nets have scored 122 points per game in their last 10 games. Right? Now, I want to let everyone know in their last 15 games, the Brooklyn Nets are 14-1 in their last 15 games. Just unbelievable. Now, let's look at Brooklyn Nets points this season. Average. As you can see on the season as a whole, they scored 114.3 points per game this season. Last 10 games you saw they scored 122. So let's look at their last 15 games, say they're 14-1. So in their last 15 games where they went 14-1, they've averaged 117.7 points a game. In their last 10 games, they've averaged 122 in their last 10 games. And they currently sit number 2 in the Eastern Conference with a 23-12 record. They're coming off a win against the Atlanta Hawks. It was a nail biter, but they got the win in Atlanta last night, 108-107. So clearly, this team has turned it around under Jacques Vaughn, and Jacques Vaughn has to be in conversation for Coach of the Year. He has to be. How can he not? How can Jacques Vaughn not be in conversation for Coach of the Year at this point so far in the season? I know there's a lot of basketball left, but the fact of the matter is, this team is on a roll. They're on a roll. Their last loss was on December 4th. Oddly enough, that's Jay-Z's birthday. December 4th, they lost to the Boston Celtics 103-92. That was their last loss. KD, Kyrie was sensational. And let's not forget about the infamous suspension that Kyrie Irving had to serve. No thanks to Joseph Tsai back in October and that idiot reporter Nick Friedel, who covers the Brooklyn Nets. Now that buffoon went on some fake outrage tirade that got Kyrie Irving suspended. And in spite of that, the Brooklyn Nets was out there handling business. Ever since Kyrie Irving came back from that suspension, they've practically been unbeatable. In their last 15 games, they're 14-1, with their only loss coming against the Boston Celtics. Now let's look at the defensive rating for the year. Brooklyn Nets. This was Steve Nash was their coach. And as you can see, in the first game, not good. 136.8, another bad defensive rating. 107.5, another, that was an improvement over the 136. A 133 defensive rating. So when you have these kind of defensive ratings, the team clearly lacks identity, and your coach has no business being the NBA head coach. Steve Nash was fired after that game. And as you see, when Jacques Vaughn took over, I mean, they gave up 153 points to the Sacramento Kings. That was a horrible. That was pretty bad. The 128.5 defensive rating, that's when all those guys were out, like KD, Kyrie, Ben Simmons. Practically the whole damn team was out. And they still beat the Indiana Pacers. So you got to think that was rather impressive right there. But ever since Jacques Vaughn took over, this team has gotten better defensively. They have. They have. They went from dead last to ninth in defensive rating. And that's a testament to Jacques Vaughn. What's up, Divine Unity? Salute, bro. They went from dead last to ninth in defensive rating. So you got to give it up to Jacques Vaughn and what he's doing and the culture he's setting over there. Now, this is still in spite of Ben Simmons. Now, has Ben Simmons had some good games? Yes. I'm not going to sit here and, bash the kangaroo-loving freak out of Australia. He's had some good games. But still, the fact that this team was able to turn around under Jacques Vaughn is impressive. It's impressive. You got to give it up to him. Jacques Vaughn clearly got this team on a roll. What's up, Stevie J? Hey, I heard you on Ticket platform earlier today, man. You're right. So, KD, to his credit, and Kyrie, to his credit, actually showing leadership. They're showing really good leadership right now. People are on the same page. People know what to do when certain situations come up. And most importantly, they trust each other. And they trust Jacques Vaughn. And they're buying in to what Jacques Vaughn is selling right now. And as a result of Jacques Vaughn and his vision that he's laying out, and the team is buying in to what Jacques Vaughn is selling, they're number 2 in the Eastern Conference right now. Number 2. So you got to give it up to them. They've been good. Now, I always tell you I'm going to keep the same energy. When they're out here playing like trash, I was going to jump on that ass like a trampoline. But at the same time, if these guys come out here playing good, then I can't just be silent about it. I gotta sit here and tell the truth. Because when you're quick to bash somebody for not doing right, you gotta be just as quick, if not quicker, to give them the flowers while they still smell them and they out here playing really good basketball. Brooklyn is playing real good basketball. And the Lakers can take a page out of the playbook of the Brooklyn Nets. And I heard something today saying that the Lakers not practicing. I'm gonna jump on that ass about that later on. But Gideon, you was in here, no corny jokes. Get down to business.
So look, what's cracking, slacking, cool cats? Man, this Brooklyn Nets team has been hotter than a blowtorch. Man, their defense has been exceptional the last 10 games, and even their offense, powerful like Hulk. Bro, they're sharing the ball, moving the ball, finding the open man. Kyrie and KD, lethal. And also, even their bench has been exceptional. TJ Warren, man, he's a bucket getter. Watanabe scorching the neck from way downtown. Ben Simmons rising from the ashes, playing great defense, going hard to the hole, being a little aggressive, dishing the rock, and even Seth Curry at times balling. Patty Mills, little Patty, hitting big time shots for them, and even Jacques Vaughn, good coach this season. Good defensive scheme. I love how the Nets are switching, playing man-to-man defense, sharing the ball. And this team's been scared. Nick Claxton, a blocking machine, can crush the rim. I love his pick and roll with Kyrie and KD. And this team, if they can get Joe Harris back healthy and everyone can get healthy, this team is a legit NBA Finals contender and a team that can legitimately win the championship if they get healthy.
All right, Trayvon, what you got?
Man, I just see Kyrie locked in, man, like how he used to be when he started out playing. Like he just locked in. He didn't got all the other stuff behind him. The team, they kind of just settled in, man. They know what's going on. Their coach is coaching them right, making the right adjustments in the middle of games. My biggest thing that I grabbed from them that I think's been lacking is defense, man. They're supporting. We always knew that they were deadly on offense, but now they're supporting their offense with defense. That was the one thing that's missing. If you can continue on doing that, stay healthy, and all of the players look like they're happy, man. They're enjoying their positions, their spots, their minutes. So, man, look, I already had Brooklyn as one of those teams to go to Eastern Conference Finals, and from there I was gonna see what happened.
All right, so with that being said, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go back to the beginning of the year when Steve Nash was the coach, because he was fired like around 7-8 games into the year. Do you guys think that the players just tuned him out?
Yes.
A little bit of that, yeah.
I think his words fell on deaf ears. There was no one that he can call. You know how it was like, kind of like how Pat Riley said, none of the other players was listening to me, so I basically was just talking through Magic. He couldn't talk through nobody, not Kyrie, not Patty. He couldn't pick nobody and say, go tell him this. He just lost the team. He was just pacing back and forth, knowing he was like, damn, I lost this team.
Agreed. They didn't listen to Steve Nash. Nash made no adjustments whatsoever. And, bro, he was clueless like Patrick Starr on the court. Didn't know what to do on the court, on the sidelines, I should say. The hero ball, the iso ball was just too much, and they didn't trust one another. Like what you said, Trey. Kyrie, KD, they trust each other and they trusted their teammates too.
Yeah. That defense is the biggest thing for me, LB. They're Kyrie is getting up into guys the best way he can. KD, I never was saying stop anybody because you don't have to stop nobody in this day and age. You just got to be there.
Mm-hmm.
So and a focused Kyrie Irving. I think we all knew a focused Kyrie Irving. Nothing on the outside. None of this hoopla. Because Kyrie always had these little attitudes like that. He's always played through that, like not talking to his teammates. His teammates always knew that. Everybody know Kyrie will not talk to you for a week or something. He'll just be on some other shit. But this extra stuff that they was bringing to him, that threw him off, man. Like, he ain't going to come out and say it so he won't seem weak. But that bothered him. He couldn't just play basketball no more. It was like he didn't enjoy it. It was like, I know when I go into this post game, I'm not going to get a basketball question. You know, nothing like so. Now that it's all basketball, he's dangerous. And KD's always been dangerous. But a focused Kyrie Irving with a always focus and just want to ball KD, and now KD's being more of a leader. You see him talking to dudes, moving them out there on the court, telling them where they need to be. Yeah, man, the sky's the limit, man, like to what they can do, man. The weakest element on that team is the coach because it's just his first time, but he's doing a damn good job at it. So that's like, I got to see what he do in the playoffs.
That's not necessarily true because Jacque Vaughn was a coach with the Orlando Magic in his first go around. His first ever go around was with the Orlando Magic, and that didn't work out over there. And then when he was the assistant in Brooklyn for a while, and then when they fired Kenny Atkinson a couple years ago, because remember Kyrie and KD, they weren't feeling Kenny Atkinson. Yeah. They fired him, and then you had the pandemic. He came back. That's when they had Jacque Vaughn coaching in the pandemic.
Okay. Well, I say I want to see him in the playoffs. He's doing all right, but I'm gonna say this: I'm gonna say this with KD. Look, LB, and it's not saying that you don't know. I'm gonna say myself, I can get in the playoffs with KD and Kyrie Irving. Like, I can get in a winning situation with them. What's gonna challenge him is the playoffs, because I feel like when your players run into a wall, like, good defense, whatever, or just an off game, that's when that coach got to figure out, how can I get my superstar easy look at that basket so he can get back into his rhythm, like, or who needs to be subbed out. Oh, damn, we can't stop something. Oh, we need more. That's where it's going to be tested. So I'm not going to lie, I don't got a lot of history on him that you may have, but in the playoffs, I'll say with this team, I want to see, to me, that's where they're going to get attacked at. Like, that's where it's going to come in. Like, what they're going to need is for him to be at the top of his game in them playoffs.
Right. And yeah, that's what we'll see, because, like we get on the players all the time about their legacy and all that, but, coaches face that.
Yes.
Greater, if not greater pressure, because you got to make the adjustment. Hey, we know we got this team for at least 4 games. We're going to game plan for how we going to play them in game 1, right? And when come game 2, we can make the necessary adjustments while not trying to compromise our game plan too much. And it just goes to show you who's a good coach and who's not.
And look, you guys, it's really hard to get credit as a coach these days, how much they give to the players, the superstar, how much they basically be like, well, he got whoop-de-whoop. Well, you know what I'm thinking. You can have this type of player. You can have look at Giannis. That coach got Giannis, and look how he's trucking that shit off this season. It ain't about who you got. Sometimes you got to put these dudes in positions, and it comes up with you and your mind. So
that's true.
So you got to give this guy. They give Steve Kerr credit, and we know all he did was just switch. All he did was switch fucking Iguodala and Draymond Green out. That's it. That's all I know that he did to me as a coach.
Right, and I want to throw it out there too about the Nets. They've had some unbelievable wins. They won at Indiana without Kyrie, KD, and virtually the whole starting lineup. They walloped Milwaukee by 18. I mean, they won at the Q in Cleveland, shutting down Spider Mitch with holding them to 15 points. I mean, I know Atlanta wasn't fully healthy, but still, they were down 15 on top of Brooklyn, stormed back to win Atlanta. In fact, beat Atlanta twice.
What they do?
Right. But I'm saying that they beat Toronto. They've had some good wins in there. Yeah.
But see,
Washington.
this is what they was missing to me. This is what they was. It's that all right. Remember when they first got together, bro? They lost like a game to Russell Westbrook. Remember with the Wizards and shit like that, like close games they was missing.
Oh yeah,
because they were trading buckets so much. But we know they can score. But it comes a point in time. Hey, we can't go to too many overtimes. We can't keep trading. It's gonna stop somewhere. We have to say you guys can't score on the next one. And we got to get the bucket. And that's what I'm seeing in them. In these clutch games, bro, they're getting the stops that they need at the right moments. Why? Because you're in the right spot. If you play defense, it'll come. You'll be, you know what I mean? A teammate will slap the ball and you like, wow, I'm right. Yeah, but if you're not paying attention on defense, you miss all those little things. If you're not hustling, diving, that helps you win games in those clutch moments. And that's what I've been seeing. I've been seeing KD grabbing rebounds and shit, like going down there really using his 7 feet, like in those moments, like, you know what? We don't need a bucket. We need rebounds. Like, that's what you got to do.
And you're right. They needed their defense too, but even their offense disappeared in close games too. Not just their defense. Their offense disappeared in close games too.
Yeah, because you know why? You start getting discouraged. See, when you're not doing nothing, if you ain't got defense and then your offense go away, now what you got? Just discouraged, just straight, damn, I'm just out, it's like really no fight. But if you got your offense fall off, but you constantly stopping them, somewhere you're going to catch your rhythm again. You know what I mean? Because they constantly making mistakes, so somebody got to get in.
That's true.
All right, Divine Unity, what you got on this?
Hey, salute LB, salute fellas.
Salute, Divine.
What's up, fam? Man, the Nets. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Brooklyn Nets. I still don't like what they did as far as like the Kyrie stuff and everything the beginning of the season, but they pulling together. They on a hot streak right now. They showing great signs of leadership, like you said earlier, LB. They you know what I'm saying? They coming together. They're not making no excuses, unlike somebody else that we know that's always making excuses about the players that they play with.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing for sure I'll say is, shout out to Kyrie, man, because you know what I'm saying, all of this stuff that he went through the beginning of the season, getting suspended and all that, you know what I'm saying, he put that to the side and he's actually showing his game what it's worth. And they can't go wrong with that, man. It's like, hey, now that all the people that was bashing him, you can't help but to love the man because he's actually helping your team win. And and him and KD, man, they if they can hold together and help these other guys help build their confidence up and go through it, the hard times and the good times, they might make some noise in the playoff this year and actually upset a good team like the Celtics. You never know.
Or even the Bucks too. Who knows?
Or even the Bucks too. Yeah, that could be it. Because one thing for sure, man, a lot of people that's not really paying attention to, as far as like the Nets, once they made that change, that adjustment with the coach, a lot of things changed because KD and Kyrie, they wasn't really giving that coach that kind of respect, and that followed along with the other players down the line on the roster. Because if the best player is not really respecting what the coach is saying, well, how do you think the rookies on the team, the other players, are gonna feel about the coach? They're gonna look at him like, man, whatever, man. Like we don't really see you like that because shit, the best player is not really even don't really care for you to be here no more. I mean, shout out to the Nets though, man. I give them their respect. I do want to see more because I'm not fully impressed yet. Yeah, it's a good little 10-winning streak, but I want to see what they're gonna do in the playoffs because that's when it counts the most. Because hey, they had a few upsets in the playoffs this past couple of years. So let's see what they do when they get there this year and how they perform together if they're healthy, hopefully.
Yeah.
You know what I wanted to say, LB, not to cut anyone off. What we ain't paying attention to that they have been able to really do, and it didn't matter if when they had James Harden or Ben Simmons, what the one thing that they're able to do, and it's from the beginning of the season, kind of like is build a little chemistry. Like they're building chemistry way earlier than what they ever did. Last time they didn't even play 15 games and shit together when they had James Harden. Then Ben Simmons didn't even play. Now they're playing. I still feel like this team, just me, I'm looking at the game with Boston. I look at what happened. To me, I feel like the best version of Kevin Durant, to me, and there's a lot of versions, but just consistent one to me is when he don't have to worry. When KD don't have to worry about getting too many guys involved. You know, when KD can just get you involved off of like a double team coming to him, or he just seeing an open guy, that's good. But when KD has to play point guard and score, and dude, that's too, I don't think he's like, that's not his game. Like, not saying that he can't, but it takes away from what he does best to help you win. But when you got a Ben Simmons and a Kyrie out there who can take away from some of that from him, and they can do it and they focus, that's better for him. When you got a killer that has to just think about killing.
Right. I agree with that.
I agree. I
I
agree.
agree with that.
And that's what I think is going on right now. You know, Ben Simmons, he's out there averaging damn near double assists damn near every game, man. And then he's a rebounder too. It just takes something off of KD. He's older. You know, KD can get, you know, injured like off of just if he has to get banged with dudes too much. So it's like that all help him. So I feel like as long as KD focuses to do probably two things, rebound, kill, man, we good, man. Because you know Kyrie, all you asking for him to do, defend, and KD can defend. Like, it ain't like you have to be a shutdown defender. You just have to defend.
That's true. And also another thing too, we gotta also talk about the role players. Patty Mills has been good.
Yes.
TJ Watanabe's been, Watanabe, I should say. Watanabe has been red hot from downtown.
TJ shocking me. TJ really shocking me.
Right. TJ Warren, man, he's looked like Bubble Warren at times, just lining up the world. Also the fact that Nick Claxton's been playing great defense.
I like that young dude, man. I like that. I liked him ever since he had dreads. I'm not gonna lie, because I seen it in him. Like I want to learn. I seen it like, damn, this nigga don't play hard.
Ever since he cut him off, he been moving faster too, Trayvon.
He's been fast like a cheater at times. And also Rose O'Neal stroking it from downtown and locking cats up from the perimeter. Rose O'Neal has been big for the Nets. I don't want to assume injuries because injuries can happen towards any team.
Yes,
but assuming this team is fully healthy and they're playing defense like they're doing
now, the limit, bro.
Right, the sky's the limit. And not to switch the topic, but this involves the Nets. The Nets are playing super hot right now. That even ESPN flexed a gaming for them against the Pelicans January 6th. Wow.
All right, so let me. There's some things that we need to talk about too. So I talked about how they went 14-1 in their last 15 games. Over their last 20 games, they went 17-3 in their last 20 games. 17-3. Now, in this 10-game winning streak, Kyrie Irving has averaged over damn near 30 a game. He averaged 28.3 and 6.2 rebounds and 5.4 assists with a 51-42-91% rating.
Damn.
So basically, 51% from the field, 42% from the three, and 91%.
LB, do me a favor. What's his fourth? Can you tell me his fourth, if you can, whenever you finish with what you laying down? I want to hear his fourth quarter because I know he got to be leading.
I'll get to that. KD averaged 28.8, 7.7 rebounds, 5.4 assists, 58% from the field, 40% from the three, and 94% from the free throw line. They've been on fire.
That man balling, yo.
Yep.
It's not fair. This that shit you go in the locker room. When you lose to them, you go in the locker room and say, this shit not fair.
Yeah. He's on fire. They're on fire.
Brooklyn Nets.
Hey, LB, can you read out Seth Curry's stats?
Hey, wait. Hey, hit us off with Ben Simmons. I want to know him too because I've been liking. I be on his ass a lot, but what he's doing right now, he's doing just enough. He ain't trying to do too much, and he ain't doing less.
All right, let me get this point out. All right, so during their 10-game winning streak, 6 of their games have been decided by 6 points or less, with 7 of their wins coming in the clutch. Game within 5 points in the final 5 minutes. They've been executing. Ben Simmons. Let's talk about Ben Simmons. All right, so let's look at Ben Simmons' last 10 games. Now, y'all know I don't like Ben Simmons. right?
You know I don't either, but I can appreciate when you do what you're supposed to do.
Yep.
So this is his
I
stat
agree.
line last 10 games. The game last night, he had 10 points, 5 rebounds, right? Nothing to write home about, right? But he had 10 shot attempts, so I got to give him credit for that. At least he's being aggressive. So 1, 2, 3, 4. He has 5 games where he's averaged where he scored in double figures, and then he had a double-double in the game against the Milwaukee Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
Now, these ain't no damn numbers to be, like going to like the moon over and all that. But at the same time, he's on the court. He don't have stage fright from Trae Young syndrome. I think he's gotten over that. So I'll give him a golf clap for that. But this is in no way, shape, form, or fashion endorsing Ben Simmons. Because he still sucks.
Yeah, he still got, but this is what I say. He could be killing them. Like, you know what I'm saying? From what we used to see, like when he was with Philly, he was the reason why a lot of those playoff games wasn't being won. He's in Joel Embiid way. You know what I mean? You were the reason. You were making yourself more of a problem than a help. But right here in this situation, he's a help. He can take off with defense. He's pressing some of the players out of nowhere, hitting them with that press out of nowhere. He's playing good defense, causing turnovers. Yeah. So, like I said, and he takes the ball out of KD hands too. And this is what I seen it happen just in the last game. Don't give the ball. I really hate when they do this. Don't give the ball to KD on the takeout. Because you're making the double team so fucking easy. They double teamed them at half court. If the coach didn't call a damn timeout, they would have had a damn jump ball. Give it to Kyrie, anybody else, because you want KD coming running off a pick or something to get the ball out of your hands, and then he can do something with it. I don't like him in the clutch moments dribbling that ball. I know everybody want to remember when he came down and shot the 3 in LeBron's face, but ain't nobody gonna let him do that shit no more. They up on that in the league. So once he get the ball, they gonna double team that nigga at half court. He needs to get it after the half court marker, man, and come off of something.
Agreed. And
all right,
also,
so let's talk about this individual here who a lot of people in the media were trying to trade Ben Simmons for. This individual right here, Draymond Green, his last 10 games. 1, 2. 2 games where he scored in double figures. Ben Simmons got 5. Draymond got 2. He did have 13 rebounds and 13 assists on Christmas against Memphis. I might have to look like Draymond Green plays his best basketball on Christmas Day.
That's his favorite time of the year. Shit.
That's his most wonderful time of the year, I guess. But this is what a lot of people wanted to trade Ben Simmons or trade Draymond Green to whoever for Ben Simmons. This man only got 2 games. And it's not like he hasn't been playing the minutes. 34, 37. You scored 2 points in 34 fucking minutes? $100 million man, you stink.
Yeah, man.
But anyway, I'm not here to talk about Draymond Green. I just do a little comparison. We're going back on the Brooklyn Nets, right? All right, so any final words on the Brooklyn Nets before we move on? Because I want to talk about this Lakers situation, right? Because there's some bullshit. I'll give you last.
Is it that Chicago bullshit, LB, or is it just bullshit?
I was about to ask you if I can share a screen to Brooklyn Nets schedule, see how long you think the streak will last.
Man, I don't care about that right now.
Okay.
I'm just giving them props for them playing well.
You know what? Even if the streak don't last too much longer, see, it's a thing. Just keep the good basketball play going, because you may lose. You lose games sometimes, even when you don't play badass basketball. Sometimes it's just a missed shot here and a missed shot there, or a missed possession, and the team beat you. So it's all about maintaining that mindset that they got right now. Don't lose that shit. Whatever y'all got right now, don't let a loss, don't let your girlfriend didn't give you none last night, anything make you lose that shit.
Right.
That's facts, man. I agree. Hey, yo, listen, not even that too. Any team that's struggling right now in the NBA should, you know what I'm saying? They should take a page out of the Nets book, man, and actually try to copy off what they do a little bit, just to try to get their momentum going back. Because there's a lot of teams out there, man, that, you know, I'm only talking about one team specifically. Y'all already know who I'm talking
And
about.
look, this look better for them guys too. This look better
Crazy.
also to add this before we switch off. This look better for Kyrie and KD. Out of all the shit that they went through, they ran it back, bro, and they're playing better basketball. This right here is the forgiveness part. Like, forgive us for the bullshit. But now here we go. Like this is
Hey, but not even that though, Trayvon. This to show you that they never even needed a nigga with titties. They never
we
even
knew
needed
that.
James Harden.
LB knew it.
Yeah,
I
They
knew it.
never
Everybody
even
said
needed
that,
him,
bro. When
bro.
they first
If they would, bro, not the bro, if they would have stayed with the team that the Nets had when they went over there,
it would be
man,
dangerous. They
they had the most they had the most
Bro.
experience, bro. How the East was when they first went over there. Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant had the most finals experience than any duo over there.
That's true.
Yeah. They didn't even need that nigga, bro. And that's
They
crazy.
bailed
I
him
don't
out.
even know why
They bailed his
fronting,
ass out on some
man.
friendship shit. That's all that was. KD helped his
Man.
homie get the fuck out of Houston, and that's it.
Yep.
If that shit don't help, if that shit don't make them realize, like, yo, you know what, we're good enough, just me and you, to go out there and get it done. If that shit didn't help them realize by now, I don't know what else will, man.
But a lot of dudes should realize that a lot of these dudes been good enough just with you and another guy. You ain't never need that third guy.
That is true.
Facts.
All right. So on that note, any safe rounds? Any more safe rounds? No more safe rounds. All right, great.
Okay.
All right. So we're gonna move on to the LA Lakers. Now they're 14-21 this year. This team is bad.
Yeah.
They're bad. They're second in pace. They're 8th in points per game, 27th in points allowed per game.
Yikes.
Their offensive rating, they're 18th in offensive rating, 23rd in defensive rating. And look, this team has been bad. But look, I'm pretty sure we all know what the problem with the LA Lakers is, right? And it had nothing to do with AD injuries. I know a lot of people want to point to that,
Man.
but there's been injuries. You know, injuries go on everybody else's team, right? But for me, the problem is one, LeBron James, if you ask me. He's been a problem. Now, what do you think are the Lakers' issues? And on top of that, the Lakers ain't practicing? They got 21 losses on the year. They're not practicing? But there's been a pattern. Because in Cleveland, when LeBron was in Cleveland, Isaiah Thomas went off undisputed and talked about how the team didn't practice and all that. David Blatt, who coached overseas, comes over here, gets him to the NBA Finals. The next year, they have the best record in the Eastern Conference. He gets fired?
Jeez.
Then, when he comes to the Lakers, you have Frank Vogel talk about how they're not practicing and all that. You the head coach. How come you not dictating practice? Players run, the inmates are running the asylum now? You the goddamn head coach. How the mean you fuck you mean? Well, I wish we could practice. What? I just found that to be very flabbergasting. And then now you got Darvin Ham, who's a clutch client, coming out saying that this team ain't practicing. But
I got a conflict of interest.
Go ahead. And I'm a Lakers fan, and I'm really pissed off that this team out here not playing, not practicing, not getting their shit together, not being a cohesive unit out there. You just got 5 individuals out there playing.
Yeah.
You gotta practice at some point. I'm not saying you should practice every day, but you gotta practice at some point to build trust, cohesiveness. You gotta be able to know when a certain situation come up that if this guy's on the court and during this situation, hey, where you gonna be at so I can get you the ball?
It's true.
Hey, I got a couple of words for that, LB. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. The 5 P's.
Look, when I was in the military, right? When I was in the military, there was this old saying, you fight how you train how you fight.
Yep.
And if you don't train, how the hell you gonna know what the situation? Like if I'm on a security team, right? You know, we got guns on us and shit. You know what I'm saying? We got our bulletproof vests on and all that.
Yep.
We gotta prevent a motherfucking intruder from coming on board the ship and shooting and killing people and all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then
Hey,
we sit talk about it, we draw out a plan, and then we go execute that plan. But if you're not training, if you're not practicing, then how the hell are you gonna know what to do when a situation come up? Go ahead, somebody take it away.
hey man, I thank you for your service, LB. I just want to add that in there real quick. I
All
ain't
right,
even know that.
go ahead.
Yeah, nah, man. I mean, shit. Listen, man, you right on point on that shit, man. Like I said earlier, proper preparation prevents poor performance. If you're not working on your craft, how can you perfect it? If you're not even trying to work on your craft, and also, how can you blame any other players on that team for not performing well when the leader on the team is not even advocating to go practice for everybody to get better? You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
It just don't make no sense whatsoever, man. Like you over here blaming your teammate for not knocking down the wide open shot. Well, damn, if y'all spend enough time in the gym, in the lab, working on your craft, then guess what? You'll have a higher percentage of hitting that wide open shot because you actually practicing and working on your game. It don't make no sense, man. And this is the thing. He used to go, LeBron used to go head to head with the coach in Miami, Spoelstra, about this shit. He went head to head with the coach in Cleveland about this shit too. Why I got him fired? Isaiah Thomas even mentioned that
Now,
shit.
hey,
Got
hold
him
up.
cut.
Now, I want to keep this on the lick. I don't want to just be this one big old bashing LeBron session. All right,
Nah, it ain't
because
even about that. No. But
because
here's the thing, LB.
because the
Here's
problems
the
run
thing.
deeper. Because I believe the problems run deeper than LeBron. I don't want
Oh,
just think. I just want just one big old
absolutely,
bash LeBron
absolutely. And
session.
here's the thing, LB. Here's the thing too. Darvin Ham, you're the coach. You know this is gonna fall on you regardless of the fact. You're supposed to be the coach. You're supposed to be letting these guys know. Listen, if you don't get your ass in practice, you're gonna be in big trouble. And that's just straight bottom line. He's not taking
Agreed.
that leadership role that he needs to take to help the team. Because he can get on Russ. They get on Russ. He get on Russ about coming off the bench. Okay, cool. That's cool. You can get on Russ about that. But what about everybody else on the team? I'm not trying to make it about a bash LeBron session, but even for AD too. Like if AD
Right.
is supposed to be the best player on that team, he should be advocating to say, yo, we got to do this X amount of time in the practice for us to get better as a whole team.
Agreed.
All right, Gideon, what you got? What's up,
Oh,
LVZ? That's my man right there. Go stop to my homeboy LVZ. No buck
salute,
that for allowed.
salute LVZ. Oh, the bum assless brickers. This team doesn't deserve
Hey,
to
hey,
wait this
hey,
year.
Gideon, why tell you them corny ass one liner jokes and shit?
Sorry, man. Sorry. Okay, for LA, them not practicing is just flat out terrible right now. This team needs to get their head out of their butt, and this team needs to do the right principles, man. Like this team, man, they make excuses. They are not accountable for anything. They don't have depth, man. LeBron wanted Westbrook, and it has not really worked out. I mean, and even look at this. Even when you don't practice, you don't communicate. When you don't practice, you don't, find trust. You don't find camaraderie together. And that's why this team has just been absolutely a joke at this point. I mean, even look at some of their losses. They got smoked by the Suns without Booker. They lost to the Kings. They lost to the Hornets at home, which is inexcusable, and lost to the Mavs and give up a 51-point third quarter, which ties a Mavs franchise record in a quarter, including the most points in a quarter in Christmas Day history, and just got waxed by the Heat. Like, this team is just terrible, man. And they got
Well,
to.
we knew that shit before the beginning of the year.
Yep,
See, this the problem I got. A bunch of haters sitting here hating, talking goofy shit. They need to practice together. No, that ain't what they need to do. They need to get rid of half the motherfuckers that's on the team. That's the
agreed,
thing.
agreed,
Yeah, that's what they need to do. That's we've been saying that since the beginning of the year. People want to harp on, oh, LeBron wanted Russ. That ain't all the fuck he wanted. That ain't all he wanted, and that ain't all they needed. And why are we leaving it up to a player to do management's job? Management needs to do their fucking job. Get the correct players around the correct players. Now, I ain't going to talk about Anthony Davis' injury. I ain't going to talk about how Patrick Beverly 20% from 3 and the rest of them are 2. I'm not going to talk about how I've been saying for the last 5 years that any basketball team with LeBron James as your Glenn Rice, you in trouble. So, I mean, really, what are we talking about? We talking about a team last year that was not in the play-in, and the team I told you wasn't going to be in the play-in, and the team I told you ain't going to be in it this year either. Stop wasting your time talking about a team that ain't that good. Kevin Durant said the same shit LeBron James said 3 weeks ago, but the difference was Kyrie Irving was walking through the door. Kevin Durant said the same shit 3 weeks ago. He was like, man, look at what I got. Look at what I'm doing it with. And ain't nobody bat an eye.
Mm-hmm.
So let's stop being hypocrites. Let's go head on and just
For
say
19 years, look at what I
down.
got. Look at what I'm playing with.
Yeah, that's what KD said. Look what the fuck I'm playing with.
No, I hear what you're saying, but you miss what I said. I said LeBron been saying it though every season of his career. You can't do that.
No, he hasn't. That's bullshit.
Yes, he has.
Bullshit.
That's why he has. That's why he damn near had every since he went to Miami. Ever since he went to Miami, everything he done has been with a trade, bro.
He said, "Hey, look,
Man,
get this dummy out of here. Get this dummy out of here. He just lost his credentials." So LeBron James said the championship year. Look at what I'm playing with. No, he didn't. Get the fuck out of here.
Look at what LeBron been saying, look at what I'm doing it with his whole career, bro. He's been acting like his team is not good enough.
So I don't want to hear this clown talking to me when he say some shit that facetious that every year his career, LeBron James been saying, look at who I'm playing with. Come on. We know that's bullshit. We know that's bullshit. We know
damn near every time in LeBron's career before the All-Star break, before the trade deadline, that nigga LeBron always need more ball movement. We need more 3-point shooting. We need more this. We need a better coach. You can ignore it all you want, but every season that nigga bitching about something.
All I know is this. Most of you hater ass niggas spend all your time worrying about LeBron James instead of worrying about your team. That's all I know.
All I know is he's the majority of the team. They playing in the LeBron James system. You got a group of players that do not play. Everybody don't play in that LeBron James system good. Y'all keep acting like that nigga is the answer to everybody's team, bro. He's not.
Guys, one at a time.
You dislouders do. I don't talk about LeBron James as much as these niggas do. I'm the actual Laker fan. You see what I'm saying? These niggas have no credibility.
But
most of these niggas is ballpark eaters.
LeBron came to your franchise and took it over though.
LB, if you didn't leave these goofies a link, nobody would listen to these goofies. And you know it. And you know it.
Bro, you sound like you hanging on some balls.
The dude he just says some of the stupidest things I ever heard.
I don't get it. Hold on. You can't ignore the fact that once LeBron came over to your franchise, it's been chaos over there. Yeah, y'all want to win one ring, one bubble championship ring, but y'all Laker Nation never settled for one championship.
That's not necessarily true. When the Lakers had their situation where they had a whole young team. They had a young team with Randall, Larry Nance Jr., Jordan Clarkson, Kyle Kuzma, Lonzo, Julius Randle. Who else was on that team?
Ingram, I think Brandon Ingram.
Brandon Ingram, number 2 overall pick.
Yeah.
And D'Angelo Russell, right?
Yeah.
That team wasn't really necessarily winning, and you had the Lakers fans holding protests outside the Staples Center to try to do something. Magic signed LeBron James out of desperation because the Lakers fan base was getting pissed off that, hey, we're not doing shit. We out here having these losing seasons and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So LeBron James was signed out of desperation to try to turn things around. The problem is, when you see a half a whole team go, and then when you see another half a team go, now they did win the championship in 20. You gotta give them that, right? And we gotta, and I hear people talk about the bubble ring and all that, and I hear people denigrating the bubble ring. Stop it! You're not denigrating the bubble ring, because had he not won the bubble ring, a lot of you guys would be trashing him for not winning that bubble ring. So if you're gonna trash him for not winning it, then you got to give the man respect for winning the championship.
Facts, I agree.
That's true. A ring is a ring. That's true.
And we're not disputing that.
No matter they agreed to play. So as far as I'm concerned, if they agreed to play, you got to respect the championship. Period. Now they lose in the first round in 21. They didn't make the playoffs last year, and now this year they are a disaster. But it's not. But at the same time, it's nothing that, like LVZ says, it's nothing that we didn't know already. But at the same time, you can't be going out here getting your ass beat like that, though.
LB, all we try to say is that you got at some point in time. When do they start holding that dude accountable, though? That's the only thing. That's the only thing we say. Because if one thing for sure, the team started going on a little bit of winning streak when AD was healthy, right? Okay, cool. But it's like, try to keep that same momentum going, and don't mess with that. Don't tweak with that. It's like you have to be able. As a great player, you have to be able to know how to adjust your game and do whatever your team needs you to do to win, to help win that game. Because this one thing I said this, I said, why don't this dude just focus a little bit more on the defensive end? Oh, his age is healthy. No. Don't give me that bullshit, because if you can run, jump, and dunk and do all that other stuff, guess what? You can move, shuck, and jive, move your feet and shuffle your feet and play defense. Even if you might get cooked a couple of plays or two, but at least you letting that other best player on that other team know, I'm here to stop you. And I'm going to stop you.
Do you really expect him to do that at 38 years old? Matter of fact, he turned 38 tomorrow.
Okay, but here's the thing. I don't expect him to do that, but that's what he has to do to help his team win. And him not willing to do that is the epiphany of their downfall. Because if he's not willing to change,
they should get somebody. They should get somebody that could take the harder matchups, but he still can get in the way. He refuses to get in the way as much as he can. That's what I'm gonna look at it. LeBron can be in the way more than what he does on defense.
But look, Trey, I give him credit when he said off the top, I'm a guard Giannis when they played the Bucks. I give him credit for that. Because guess what? He set the tone that night. When they started playing the Bucks, he's like, I'm gonna guard him because he's the best player on the team. That's what you gotta do.
And his IQ, bro. When you got a high IQ like that, bro, that helps your defense. I don't care. When you got a high basketball IQ, you kind of can know where a motherfucker can go with the ball, what's open, what's available. That helps your defense, man, to what you lack. What you lack in athleticism on defense, your mind takes over right there. You start cutting shit off.
All right, so let's focus on let's talk about the rest of the team, because if you look at the rest of the roster, when you got guys like Juan Toscano Anderson and Kendrick Nunn played a game where that motherfucker scored no points, no rebounds, no assists. I think it was the game against Sacramento he did that. Had no fucking, it was bad. That motherfucker put up a goose egg of all statistical category. Kendrick Nunn, they sent him to the G League after that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's not even.
Man. Niggas, the Lakers went and got motherfuckers off of the money that they got available. They handicapped themselves. We're going to get Russ, AD, giving up all the things that if they came to a real situation like this, if they would have kept those players, they would have been able to do something now.
Mm-hmm. Their bench is also ass. The bench is also ass.
Yeah, when you commit over $100 million to AD, LeBron, and Russell Westbrook, you're really not leaving yourself with a whole lot of wiggle room to do anything.
That's the thing, man. They went and changed that whole championship roster after they won that chip, man. They shouldn't have done that. They should
But
have just
really,
ran it
though,
back.
but we keep it 100 though. Every team who's won the championship has changed their roster. You know, you lose players to free agency,
But not like that, LB.
have
Not like
trades,
that.
all that stuff.
Not like that, LB. They completely changed the whole entire roster. From starting lineup to bench.
Yeah, you probably go tinker with a rebounder, a
Yeah,
little
not
defense,
like that, LB.
but
Come on.
you don't just trade 5 fucking
The
players that was on
whole
your
entire
championship
squad,
team,
man.
man.
Like, come on, man. That's come on. You don't do that. Usually a team will run it back with at least
The losing squad, the losing teams running back more, feeling like they just
right.
did something wrong. Like I'm just saying, man, it's always a whole new chemistry builder for the next season, man. No matter if you win a
Well, a lot of
championship
that
or
too.
not. But those players that I see, we talk about them like these guys suck. Look at them out there. But when they play with AD, I don't know. Maybe something got in my eye. Maybe I was just fantasizing, wanting to see the Lakers looking better. But when I seen them in that AD system, going inside to out, they 3-pointers looked it better. The rhythm in the way they caught the ball. They even felt like them having better offense made them play defense a little better. Now it's a different way that they have to get the ball, bro. They're not getting it from the inside out. They're getting it from LeBron driving and dishing it to them, standing still. They can't cut too much because you don't know if LeBron want to drive. And it's just confusing for those
with 5
players.
seconds left on the clock, too, Trayvon.
Yeah, and then you got to shoot it. When he give it to you in the last 5 seconds, it's like, what? Damn, I can't get past the guy. You got to fire, and then the defender on you. So, like I said, man, we can sit up here and try to say it's hate, or you can say what you see on TV.
It's not bashing. It's really not.
I'm not fit to sit up here and lie, man. This guy always is like I said, parents. You beg your parents. That's what your owner is, basically. Like your coach, they're your parents. They give you what you want for your birthday. It's not good enough. Now you want to have your shit at Chuck E. Cheese. Oh, this not good enough. Now you want your shit at Dave and Buster's. Wow, and it's your fault that it's not there in the first place.
That's like tucking your kid in at night, and they keep getting up, talking about I can't sleep. Well, I just tucked you in at night. I just tucked you in your bed. Why are you getting up for? You're doing the complete opposite of what I just told you to do.
While we saying the owners were supposed to just do what they wanted to do, bro, and put the right pieces, what do these players do to you? They do James Harden shit. They come overweight. They start throwing tantrums. They start coming in the news saying all type of shit. Trade me. I want out. Oh, this not fair. When you don't do what they say or give them what they want these days, and they have enough power, they will fuck your whole world up.
Yeah.
We forget that part. We say, give him who the hell he deserves. Give him who he need on the team. But once you would have did that, LeBron James would have been talking about how, oh, this GM make great decisions. And he listened to his superstar. He would have been doing that shit to you in a whole nother way.
But hold on, going back to what LB said earlier, when the Lakers fans was protesting outside the arena because in desperation, because the team was garbage, they could have went a different way about it, and they didn't really have to go get LeBron. They could have got somebody else, man, and helped build around that franchise, man. It didn't necessarily have to be him. But, however, Magic went out and did what he did. So, I mean, you know, and you could say it worked out for a year. But other than that, what else do they got to show for it? Like, come on, man. At least, because Laker Nation, they one of my team's biggest rivalry. I'm not really rooting for them to win and be successful, but I see the mayhem that's going on in that organization, and I can tell if one player makes a difference in a lot of scenarios. This time, it's like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all can't get the Laker Nation. They can't keep catering to this guy, man, because they bro, like what other legends have they done all of this for? What other legends in the Laker game that played for the Lakers have they done all of this for? Made all of these adjustments for, change the coach and all this stuff. Like, come on, man. You gotta point it out for what it is, man, and see it for what it really is. And it's not bashing, it's not hate. You know what I'm saying? The guy is great because the way I see it, MJ is the greatest to ever do it. Kobe's the best to ever do it. LeBron is just the longest to ever do it. I mean, come
All
on.
right. I see things got a little testy when I was set my fantasy basketball lineups tonight. You know, this is one reason why I hate doing LeBron. Doing videos about LeBron, because you have the extreme LeBron James dick licks. Not saying that you guys are, but there's always a case of the extreme LeBron James dick licks against the extreme LeBron James haters, right? And there can never be a common ground. They can never, and that's why I hate.
I don't hate the man, LB. I do not hate this man. I do not hate this man, LeBron James. But when it comes to basketball, I feel like, look, this man, right? And I'm not saying nobody on here said this. I'm just saying what's the talk out in this world on this man. That this man is up there with MJ, bruh. And all the help that I seen this man have, and everything that's been going on, he still fails for some reason, because it's something that he don't possess, and don't nobody want to say it. You know what I mean? It ain't hard, man. It ain't rocket science. He doesn't make his teammates better, bro. Because when does that stop? When does you stop making niggas better? Your age has nothing to do with that. Look at Chris Paul. I don't want to hear that shit. That has nothing to do with it. This man always didn't have this impact to make dudes better. To me, I think it's been covered up because he always had this player and that player with him. So the things he couldn't do, these dudes could. You could never see it. And you just gave him credit for the shit. He don't make niggas better. He gives shooters a more opportunity to shoot the ball, because that's something that is not his power. His power is to drive and get a double team. He's going to dish the ball out to his shooters. He always have the top 10, the top 15 shooters on his team, man. This man has always gotten his way. Anything he asked for, it was like it was his birthday. He gets it. Now, in his older age, we want to say that the NBA ain't treating LeBron fair. Kiss all of the crack of my ass with that one.
Man, it's so many great young talents, man, in the league right now, man. And it's like, yo, man, we gotta we gonna have to, it's like, yo, when are these guys are gonna start getting their props? Are gonna start getting their credit and getting recognized for what they doing in the game? And it's like they training on to this one guy and making it seem like all his other teammates are not doing what they supposed to be doing. It don't work like that, man. In the real game, out there on the streets, on the court, when you can step on the court, there's no excuses. If you're doing something and you're not supposed to be doing, and you just continue on to keep doing it, guess what? You ain't gonna get picked up. Shit, niggas know what the fuck you do and how you play, because they seen you play before. And if they can't win with you, guess what? You will never get picked up in a real game of pickup basketball out there. So it's like it's a lot of fabricated stuff that has been going on in this guy's career, man. It's like, if Kyrie didn't hit that shot, if Ray didn't hit that shot, like, come on, man.
The Kyrie thing, you gotta use context. The game was tied. We don't know for sure how that game would have turned out. The game was tied in game 7, so we don't know for sure. Ray Allen, you're right.
But look, a lot of people didn't really give Kyrie no credit for hitting that shot. They gave that block more credit.
They gave that real quick. Hold on, one thing I don't want people doing on here. I know we're doing on the Players' Choice and other channels and shit like that. We can't project what would happen if something. We don't know that. We can only go off what we saw. We can only go off the result. I don't want people projecting about if this happened or if that happened. We don't know that, and I'm not going to sit here and go down that rabbit hole on that. There's too many combinations of that we could go off of. Well, because there's a domino effect of Kyrie doesn't hit the shot, then what happened? What if Curry hits the shot? So I don't want to.
LB, let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. Let me ask you something, LB. Let me ask you something. And that goes into this right now. Remember that 2018 Cavs team with the original 2018 Cavs team with LeBron too. That's D Wade, Derrick Rose, Jay Crowder, Isaiah Thomas, and all of those guys. Now they were subject to win the East, go to the finals, won about 17 out of 18 games in a row. Majority of the media picked him in every series, I think, probably except for the Boston one in most ways. Now, when the shit hit the fan with all those veterans, he didn't wait, see if the veterans will figure it out and pick it up together. Just to prove my point on what I said, every time the shit hits the fan, he goes to the trade deadline, man. To say that this man don't complain every goddamn time when that shit, he did the same thing with Pat Riley, and he upped on Pat Riley because Pat Riley said, man, I ain't gonna be doing all that trading using my assets. I got you. What the hell you keep talking about? You need something. I got you, D Wade, and Chris Bosh. What? I can't get everybody in the league, LeBron.
Hey, I'm gonna hit you with one thing, Trayvon. J.R. Smith did one mistake, and we ain't seen that nigga since then in the NBA.
Yeah.
That's true. And also George Hill missed that free throw.
Just saying, we gotta stop. We gotta stop acting like he. We gotta stop acting like he ain't had it, bro. Look, this is what it is. When LeBron can't lift a team with his own talents or his own skill, he start pointing fingers, bro. But before it gets to that wall, though, he loves this team. He feels like they can do anything. Once they get their ass punched up a little bit, or the person they fighting fights back, he like, man, this shit right here, man, we need some more ball movement. I need another point guard. Wait a minute. Everything was cool just a week ago.
Yeah, that's a narcissistic mentality, man. That's not good for the young kids who looking up, watching the game nowadays, growing up and actually idolizing this cat, man. Because when you look at it, like, what kind of leadership tone are you setting?
How many games he set out? How many games he set out 2 seasons ago, you guys? When he first had an injury with his groin, that nigga set out on the Lakers like damn near a month and some weeks, right? Now he come. Me personally, how I'll be feeling, you in your older age, we really gonna need you. When the Lakers was kind of winning, not losing, AD had them playing good. You could have set your ass out some more, LeBron. I felt like you rushed your ass back for that scoring thing. Because you could have set your ass back and let the Lakers win. They ain't getting no losing streaks to where you had to be like, man, let me go and come back. AD losing the squad. You could have set your ass down some more. But what you do? Oh, wait a minute. I'm starting to hear the media talking about AD may be the best. That's what I feel like he did. Hold on. They're getting away from me. Let me come back.
I think they had lost that one game, and then a lot of people started saying, oh, they need him back. They need him back. They lost that one game after they streak. And I mean, shit.
And he came back with the Spurs. He came back with the Spurs. They blew them out. And then when he was by himself, they barely fucking won almost. They almost lost that one because he was shooting us out from the 3-point line. Everybody was talking about, yeah, look at LeBron. He never, the most threes he used to shoot in his first like 8-year career was 4 threes. Now this nigga shooting 9, 8.
And people keep saying, oh, when the season turned bad when AD got hurt. People forget about this. People forget about this. The Lakers lost 2 out of 3 when AD, LeBron, and Russ were still playing. People forget they blew a big lead to the Celtics. They were up 13 in the fourth quarter against Boston, choked. And then remember the game against Philly, AD and Reeves, Mr. Freezer, they may have won the game.
And the Philly game and the one after. Look, they was barely winning, bro, with AD. So that's what I'm saying. Without AD, bro, LeBron don't carry that impact at all that he used to when he was damn near young. His points ain't gonna be the same impact. You have to have extra defense behind his points to hold up. This nigga was scoring 50 points a season before that, man, and 40 and shit, and it wasn't having no wins. Why do everybody think because this nigga is 27 and 8-8 is gonna be a difference?
Man,
y'all forgot this nigga was scoring 35 games in a row or some shit like that, and then 40 and then a 50, and they losing. They was losing.
So yeah, even when AD was still playing, they were still starting to
AD is the Lakers' best player. It's not because he just flat out better than LeBron. It's just that LeBron impact ain't what it used to be. AD can impact the floor on both ends. He gives us offense and he gives us defense, and his defense help us team wise because it keeps us from getting paint buckets on us.
And you know, one thing, man, you can say is when look at let's move the goalpost a little bit when KD went to the Warriors, right? When KD went to the Warriors and Curry knew, like, all right, this is my team, but I'm gonna take a step back and I'm gonna let you drive. I'm gonna let you be in the driver's seat. You know what I'm saying? So that way we can win because I already know we can win. But in order for us to win, I have to be able to adjust to certain
Mhm.
things. I have to be able to say, you know what,
Yeah.
I'll take a seat back, even if that means sacrificing 10 less shots a game and
Man,
giving you that other 10 extra shots just for us to win. Fuck it. I don't care. I will do that shit.
force
'Cause
it
it
to
ain't
him.
about
Yep.
Force the motherfuckers to him.
yeah, man. It ain't even about self gain or self, you know what I'm saying? Self fucking accolades and shit no more. Nah, at the end we trying to win the chip at
He's
the
gonna
end of the
break that record, bro. If he averaged 20 points a game, he
You know
gonna
what
break
I'm
that
saying? Like
motherfucker.
that's what we playing for. We playing to win the chip at the end of the
And
day.
look,
And
Magic
everything
and
else,
Kareem, Magic and Kareem. Kareem would have never even got that record there if he didn't say, you know what, we running through Magic. He said, I'm gonna let him go and run this shit, but I'm gonna still eat. That's
man.
what LeBron need to do. Run this shit through it. If I know he got to stay healthy, but you still like I said, even in those couple of games, I seen the battle still off of who's going to be the guy on the court between them two. LeBron still was taking more shots than AD. Like that shit has to stop.
Right.
But I understand why. Like I said, I really understand why it's very hard for LeBron to sit back and probably allow him to be the head nigga in charge, because in the prime of Michael Jordan, see, they'll use that. That's probably what he's thinking. They're gonna use this shit against me in my argument for the GOAT, saying that I was the number 2 in my years and woo with AD and LeBron and you know what I mean. He may not get no, you know what I mean. It's just a lot, man, with this guy. You got to wonder.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you kind of went out, Trayvon.
If you want it, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Yep.
If you wanted to be in a winning position, you wouldn't even took that much money, bro. Like you a billionaire. You didn't need all that. You didn't even have to take all that, bro. You could have been like, man, use some of that shit to get me some help, nigga, because I want to be in the playoffs. Like, I just don't want to be breaking no motherfucking record, nigga. I want to be playing for something.
Hey man, it's one thing that when you know you're a great player, man. It's another thing to be able to take criticism to come along with it. And a lot of the times, man, you see that in some players where they can't take that criticism of what I'm saying. When things are going their way, hey, it's all high in praises. But if shit's not really going their way, it
That's a fact.
They
could be
don't want to be
ugly.
accountable, right? They don't want to be
Yeah, that's a
accountable.
fact, bro. I can't disagree with you a bit on that one right there. When everything is good, winning ain't nobody complaining as long as the
Nobody
wins
complains.
going up. You could take 50 shots, you can do this, you could do that. But once it's really time, and this is my only problem with it. When it's really time to blame you, LeBron, you still like, because the only reason I turned the ball over is because he threw it to me before the half court instead of after it. Like, nah, I don't want to hear that. You still trying to find something. It's your fault right there. That situation right there, that's you.
Right.
Hold that. Hold that right there. Hold that. Don't
So
come out here blaming the coach. Like, it's just the little things he do, bro. Don't act like I didn't hear this man come out here and take a jab. He been taking jabs at the organization, man, the whole goddamn season before the season. But it's all of you mad because they basically saying, and what you want to say, nigga, you got our hands in our pockets. We can't do shit. Our hands are in our pockets. Our hands are tied, nigga. We did all these early moves, the Russ, the ADs. We got all the shit out of the NBA. Don't nobody want nothing we got. And now you want us to just give up those last 2 baby lifelines that we got. And that ain't gonna help us even get into no goddamn playoffs. You want us to go get some offense. We don't need no damn offense. We need some damn defense.
hey, but you know what though? He came in the house and he asked them to sell this furniture right here, sell this right here, change this right here, move this room around right here,
Yep.
do this right here. And it's like, yo, at the end of the day, man, it's like, yo, there ain't nothing left to sell in the house.
Yeah.
The house
Now
is
you
empty.
don't like the feng shui up in this
You
motherfucker.
know, like the design of the house that you designed. You designed the shit. You helped it. Or I can't really say you designed because I don't got no clear cut proof and evidence to show that. but at least I know you had an imprint on it. You had an influence on it. So guess what? You
Agreed.
designed the house. You made your bed. Now you got to lay in it. That's what they saying, and they can't take. He can't take that, and it's not fair. That's not right. That's not. You know what I'm saying? That's not a good leadership mentality right there. If you know what your game can do, and you know what I'm saying, they try to help adjust to your game according to what you desired for. What you desired for. They try to adjust to what you desired for, that you requested for. What else? Like, come on, man. It's the same shit every fucking year, man. Every year it's the same shit. That shit it gets old and played out after a while.
Sometime I need to see that.
Come
I
on.
need to see, look, I need to see that James Harden for just a season. Like, you remember, right, when Kobe even said it, right? Because he played like that sometime in no damn in the Smush Parker era. Sometimes you gotta score. You gotta do extra shit to help your team win. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, y'all.
Whatever you gotta do. Basically, I'm saying LeBron has to do whatever he has to do right now. Like right now in his mind, it's not about the scoring.
Hold up a second. I'm trying to get some important shit. Wherever this 69mega.com, get that shit out of here. Whatever that spam bot is that's in the comment section, get that out of here.
69 mega.
Hey, block him, LB, block him.
I'm on a third party thing. I can't block it.
Let me. I'm finna try to block him right now. LB on my other joint.
I'm driving right now. I can't really do much right
Yeah,
now.
I'm finna try to block him right now. I'm finna come in and try to block him right now.
Shit.
Yeah, I just now seen it.
Block them trolls, man. Get them trolls out of here. And you see, this is what happens, man. When we start speaking the truth, the motherfucking trolls and the agents start coming up in here, man.
What's up, Isaac Morris? What's up, Tessie? Who else is up in here? I'm gonna give a salute to everybody that's up. Stevie J. Salute to all y'all.
It's 69 mega.
Okay, it's out of here. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Get that shit out of here. I don't want that bullshit in my goddamn comment section.
Oh man, what kind of fucking sick ass shit is that?
I have no idea, but
yeah, that's on. Yeah. But yeah, man, it's like it comes to a point to where you have to. LeBron has to get that in his mind. I know this is not championship basketball. Like, it may not be championship. It may not feel like it, but you have to do everything you got to do to get these Lakers over 500 and get them in the play until AD comes back. And that's what if I got to play defense, if I got to stick the main guy, whatever it is, that's what a leader, like, that's what you supposed to do, bro. I know it may, and that's what makes you a better leader. When you start doing the shit that you're uncomfortable doing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what makes you a leader. When you start stepping into the areas that makes you uncomfortable, like, damn, I'm very uncomfortable sticking the best players. That's what you got to go to. I remember niggas saying shit like Gary Payton saying he told Kobe that. Stop ducking the best players on the other team. Guard every night, get your ass over there. I don't care if you get crossed, whatever. That's how you're going to learn to stick them, by going over there. So whatever LeBron got to do, they going to follow suit, man. At the end of the day, I don't give a fuck. All them other players gonna follow suit when they see it, because at the end of the day, when you turn around and look at them and say, nigga, I'm diving, jumping over shit and doing all this, what the fuck y'all do? Now you really got a reason to go out there and talk that shit.
All right, so outside of LeBron, because obviously he's the leader of the team, the unquestioned leader, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do they fix this? That's the question. That's the main question I want to address. How the hell do they fix this?
Shooting. Vinny shooting.
And on top of that, you can't have guys like Christian Wood go off on you.
Sheesh. And Tim Hardaway.
We got a bad thing on defense, man. The team too.
True.
He's going off on you.
Communication is bad, LB. Like their chemistry on defense is bad as fuck. Like, you remember what? Just last game, I seen Patrick Beverly and fucking Struder do some stupid shit. Like fucking Jimmy Butler come on the dribble and he gets a pick. Patrick Beverly and fucking Struder runs with the pick guy, and Jimmy just goes straight to the. I said, what the fuck? Where the communication at? That's the shit that beats us. That's the shit that gets us beat. That could have been a clutch play right there at the end of the game, and you and Struder running for the same deep. That's the same shit that happened in Indiana on how to do his three.
With Austin Reeves. Remember against Charlotte, the game
Yeah.
was receiving at 130. Austin Reeves gagged the ball away.
AD stupid ass.
Again.
AD dumbass. Sticking Russ dude. Russ was still on his pick man in that Indiana game. But AD, instead of stepping up on Turner and making sure it couldn't be nobody running through him and Turner, he being late, he had to go and pick somebody up that was just in his area instead of being on who he. I seen all that shit. Like, man, they got bad communication on defense, and that's why they always getting caught with their pants down.
In that same game, LeBron was in the paint, should have closed that on Nemhard, or they just should have laid down that ball. Remember,
hold on, it's getting on because you left some stuff out in that particular game. That game pissed me off.
Right?
That game pissed me off. You blew a 17-point lead in the fourth quarter, and on top of that, LeBron goes 2 for 8.
Right,
man.
In the
fadeaways, clanking aside the backboard. I really went off of LeBron there because, to me, I think he was the reason why they lost that game. Then, to your point, Gideon, at the end of the game, where they were down 2, they had to lose. His man's at the 3-point line. He's down there at the basket.
Right.
Like, what the fuck are you doing? Get your ass out. That's the guy that's been hot.
Somebody told me I'm an idiot, LB. That same play you talking about, LB, somebody told me I'm an idiot when I called that out, right? They said no, because LeBron was sticking the guy that AD. Well, I said, man, that dude knew that AD would have threw that shit. That was not a good pass.
And whoever said that motherfucker need to be talking about how to wipe his ass on Tuesday and not about basketball. Because you cannot lead. If you got a 2-point lead, what's the one thing they always tell you in the huddle?
Overtime, yeah. Worst thing is overtime.
A 3 eliminates you. A 3 beats you.
Right.
Yeah, a 2-pointer, we still got game to play. If you make a 2, we still got game to play.
You guard the 3.
Yep.
He down there at the goddamn paint. His man over at the 3-point line, wide the fuck open.
15 feet away from him. You can't do nothing with this shot.
That motherfucker was all by himself. And then when he got the pass off because I think it was a missed shot. And
look, because Turner shot it. Turner shot it first. You see Russ go dive out of the whole damn picture. Now LeBron still don't think. Get back to my man. He's still in the key.
He's down there in the goddamn paint. What the fuck you doing down there? Your man by himself. Roy, all right, D-Dog, what you got, man?
The fundamentals are lacking today.
But he's supposed to have really good basketball IQ, though. Where the fuck was the IQ on that play? But go ahead, man. Yeah, that game really pissed me off.
Man, listen, man. The impact. He's supposed to have, man, with the you could say, like, when you go in the stat sheets and look at his numbers or whatever, like you would say, oh, okay, all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, he had a good game or whatnot. But did that really transition for the team to win that game? You know, like, because one person brought it up. I forgot who it was. I don't know. I forgot his name, but he pulled up how many his most points. A lot of his points come in the fourth quarter when they down. Most of his points come in the fourth quarter when they down. When it's said and done, it's like, okay, well, you know, when it's like at the last minute, if it's a close game though, what he'll do more is pass it instead of taking that shot. And we kill Russ, you know, he throw up a lot of bricks, but at least Russ will take that shot. So Russ will take that shot.
I'm gonna say, like, we a lot of people give LeBron credit, right, for his IQ. Like, we give him his credit for his IQ in these clutch moments and his decision and everything making. One thing that kind of pissed me off, a game that I felt like we still could have won if we did a few smart little decisions. It'd be really small stuff. That Boston game, even though Jason Tatum scored that point, I said, LeBron James, Do not stop at the 3-point line. Please be an A train and go to the hole. Put the game in the ref hand. Force these niggas to either put you in a chokehold and the referee to call a
But
foul,
when
or
did
you
he
get
ever
to get a
start
layup.
doing that?
But what did he
When
do?
did he
He
ever do
shot
that?
that three.
Stupid free when you're tied.
He took the pressure off the defense with that shot.
Mm-hmm. And also, AD missed 2 free throws too before. He also claimed 2 free throws. AD.
Yeah, but you know what? We should have never. How did we get to those free throws? See, a lot of times we shouldn't even be in those positions, and that comes from that communication and poor ass defense that we got.
AD is a choke artist. He don't have it.
You got a nigga shooting 37-foot threes. Now we know how those bounce off the rim, right? Those bounce right back to the 37-foot where you shot them. And guess who's right there? The other team. Everybody in front of the Lakers, fast break. Like helping them up. Like it's all type of things that we just don't supposed to do in certain moments. Sometimes Struder, he holds the ball too goddamn long. He makes dumb decisions sometimes. Like it's a lot of things, man, that go in order to where I just see that the Lakers ain't focused. Darvin Ham does not got these niggas focused. And when AD left, a whole lot more focus left.
Hey, and not even that shooter, man. I don't like Shooter shooting that.
I never liked this Struder, bro. I
I
never
don't
liked
like
this
Shooter
shit.
shooting that 3-ball, man. His best days was when he was with Atlanta, but now he don't fit with that team. I don't think he fits with that team no more. I don't know. I don't even know why they brought him back.
Hold on. Dennis Schroeder never was a fit. No, he wasn't a fit the first time he came here.
You know what? You're right. You got that. You got that. You right.
Facts. I never liked him, LB. I never liked his game.
That's a fact.
But was the game so different? Was the game so different than anybody else?
He was the starting point guard at the Atlanta Hawks. And what he did when he was the starting point guard on the Atlanta Hawks, and one year it was like 21-61 when he was the starting point guard.
That motherfucker came over to the Lakers and said, I'm going to be the starting point. Like, just his attitude from the get-go, like, motherfucker, what? You said what?
You gotta have that confidence to be
LeBron just got through leading the league in a fucking assist, and you bring your old, but you gonna come over here and say some shit like that, man? You don't pass better than, look, and we had Rondo, you don't pass better than probably what? 4-3 niggas on this team, man. Like probably AD even passed better than you. I just don't feel like that was somebody that we should have got. Just like I felt like Russ from the get go.
They got him in the trade, remember?
Yeah. I've been watching college basketball.
Okay. Russ, we should have never even got Russ. Not like that, but I'm telling you, the game that lets me know that they did some bullshit. That game where he kicked our ass, where Russ kicked our ass. And they ran over there tickling him and shit, and all that shit. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what the fuck these niggas over there joking with a nigga that just kicked your ass with a bum ass team that we should have beat?
And you know what? This is another thing too, right? And I'm gonna go to D-Dog because I ain't heard D-Dog say nothing yet. This is the one thing I always complain about. You the scouting department, you guys the front office, right? You guys got the data on these guys. Y'all play them every fucking year. Why in God's name would you, knowing what you got on these people? Because everybody's so big on analytics, right? Everybody's so big on tendencies, but that don't translate to making a transactional move to say that, hey, look, this guy right here don't fit what we're trying to do, but hey, we're gonna bring him in anyway because we want to change him. The fuck out of here. Where D-Dog?
Since when they had played smart basketball? Since when the AD was clutch? Since AD stepped up on anything? You know, you ever seen this big player from Purdue that's out of college? He's back. He reminds me of back in the day when people actually played like post players. There's a couple of them. The guy from Duke. There's a couple of post players coming out of college right now. So it's gradually going back to the inside out game, I think. Yeah, Golden State gonna do that thing. All these other players. They relying on the 3 too much.
I like what you said about AD though. That puts something in my mind. You're right. When has he ever had to be in a clutch situation except for in the bubble when he shot that 3?
AD is shown to not be clutch more often than not.
Yeah, and you know what though? But I don't think that's what I didn't expect that from him. What I expected was what he was doing just now before he got hurt. I don't expect him to be clutch because I don't expect us to be in clutch situations too much with a player like that. We shouldn't be. But I don't expect him to be clutch nowhere. So I ain't gonna lie, that free throw shit, he gotta redeem that because nigga, I done seen you make 19 of these motherfuckers straight. So I don't know what's going on with you and your free throws right now, but I don't look at him as clutch. I never did. And I think even with Russ, a lot of people got disappointed with Russ, super disappointed because they looked at him higher than what I did too as well. I was already saying Russ needed to come off the bench when he was in Washington. And it's on a Gripper video. It's on Gripper streams. Russ, I feel like he should have went down to the bench with Washington.
Yeah, but Washington, the thing is with Washington, they didn't really have a starting point guard like that because
Oh
John
shoot.
Wall always getting hurt, staying hurt, injured. And
Yeah,
Bradley
well, my
Beal,
bad. I meant after his stunt with them, I didn't see him starting nowhere else after Washington. I didn't see no other team after that.
but I mean, he should have never left. He should have never really left Washington though to begin with, man. Because I mean, like that owner loved Russ over there, man. He helped that team get to the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't really have to leave that team. He fucked around and
It got to him.
AD and
That the media
LeBron.
got to him. The
No,
media
no,
got
not
to
even
him.
just the media though. I mean, you got to think who's the closest that could really get to him and whisper in his ear. You know what I'm saying? And really actually convince him. You know, like hey, think about it. You Russ, you know, and you see yourself in a position where you got a good great player coming at you, or one or two coming at you and asking you to come join them and team up with them. You know, and they actually it sound good. You know, but I mean,
Yeah, but Russ, that's how I know Russ IQ ain't up there because if his
yeah,
IQ was up there, he would have known, like, bro, we gonna be in each other way, LeBron. As much as I
and
respect you, whatever, we in each other way. I like
bro,
to have the ball. I drives and dish. You drives and dish. Cause I can't shoot, nigga. And you can't. You can shoot better than me, LeBron, but you can't shoot neither. Let's keep it real. You ain't just a shooter. So we both our strengths on the court, we do the same shit, kind of. You just do it better than me. Let's be real. Yeah, you do it better than him. He do it at a abundant rate, as in numbers only. But that they in each other way. I knew that shit wasn't gonna work. We could have went and got. Look, all they had to do was keep adding to LeBron and AD, bro. That's it. That's it.
yeah.
That's it. They didn't have to bring another superstar with that shit that they used on Russ. I would have brought Buddy Hield, niggas like that. I would have brought
I
defenders.
definitely would not have brought in Buddy Hield. I definitely would not have brought him in. Nope.
Nah, yeah.
I'm just saying shooters. I'm just saying like y'all could have did anything that wouldn't have been cut lashing with each other like on the court. It probably wouldn't be somebody like you would have been able to get at least like 2-3 players. Like if you wouldn't have did that shit with Russ, you would have been able to get more players. You would have fitted more pieces for them wing players, man, instead of just having Russ and giving up all that shit you did. It wasn't a fair trade. They won. They shot the BB gun and we eating applesauce.
Yeah, that trade for AD really crippled the Lakers, I think. You know,
It did. LB, you know it did. It took them legs right from the motherfuckers. We in a wheelchair right now. Don't know when we gonna get out.
And then on top of that too, when like I think about that trade and I thought about, as much as I don't like projecting, but I always think about what could have been had the Lakers just stayed patient and kept that team together and fired Luke Walton and brought in a competent coach.
Man. They didn't want to do it. Had Magic Johnson crying and shit, talking about, tell my boss I ain't gonna be here. What's going on, Magic?
I forgot about Zubac. Zubac was a hell of a player on the Lakers. And they traded him away from Mike Muscala.
Lou Williams and shit. Gave up Lou Williams and shit.
They unloaded the whole clip, man. They unloaded the whole chamber, the whole extended clip. They ain't got nothing now. They trying to squeeze.
Look, and Julius Randle, they didn't give up. People don't. Julius Randle had a choice. He could have stayed there. It's
He
really
left.
tough. He could have stayed. He said, "I'm out of here," because they want him to play a small role. And Julius Randle said, "I don't want to become that player." I swear, like in those quotes, he was like, "That's not for me. I don't look at myself to do that." Like he was like, "I want more for myself," and he left.
And also, think Tank hit it right on the spot too, man. Because D Ham, he got to be able to hold all of the players on his team accountable, not just Russ, man. Because you ask Russ to come off the bench. Russ,
when you're a client of Clutch Sports, you kind of compromise. You're kind of low compromise, if you ask me.
Thank you, LB. Thank you. I told nigga that's a conflict of interest. It's like having your lawyer. It's like the court system, man. It's a conflict of interest. You can't say nothing to your boss, and both of your bosses, the Lakers and LeBron. You can't go tell your boss what the fuck you need from him like that.
Man, that conflict of interest started when they knew it, when they signed him over there, man. Because whoever okayed signed that, for him to come coach that team where he won't hold the main guy accountable because he, you know what I'm saying, that's his boss, man. Whoever signed that for that,
I'm starting to think
get fired, man.
I'm starting to think that Darvin Ham's job was to just make Russ accept going to the bench. I'm starting to think that's what they use you for, Darvin. I'm starting to think that's the only thing they use you for. Ooh. They use you because you a type of players coach. They know that dudes respect you, and they use you to come over here and adjust Russ, and then let LeBron have his way.
Hey, that was a gem piece, right? Hey, that's a gem right there, yo. You just dropped the jewel right there. That could be facts, man. Cause Russ, man, Russ was a hard. Man, Russ never did that for any team. None of the teams he played for. None. Mm-hmm. None of the teams he played for, man. No coach, no nothing. He didn't listen to nobody. Mm-hmm. But guess what though? When Darvin Ham came,
we left him alone. See, look, once Darvin Ham did that, we left him alone. We was like, damn, he did his job. Yeah. See, look, it's like nobody said nothing. Like, shit, you know what? Everybody started giving him pats on the back. Shit, Darvin Ham got Russell Westbrook to go to the bench. Shit, that's what I'm starting to think. That's all you was there for, bro, to make him eat the cake. And he did. And now it's like, now we need you to coach. And see, we forgot that your ass can't do that.
But also too though, it's like, okay, well, you did that one part with this one player. That could be a
now go convince LeBron to do what we need him to do to win. See, go convince, and look, not just LeBron. Go convince Walker. Go convince AD. Go convince everybody, bro. That's your job. Your job wasn't just to come here and make Russ go to the bench, nigga.
Facts, man.
Mm-hmm.
Gideon, you quiet as a church mouse. What you got to add to all this?
Yeah, I think these guys said it for me, man. This team, they're going nowhere. They're pretty much stuck between a rock and a brick wall at this point, though. You know, like the wall that Riley Coyote hits sometimes?
Man.
Exactly. So that's where this team is at right now. Darvin Ham needs to be accountable. LeBron needs to be accountable. Russ, the whole team needs to be accountable. Even when this team were healthy, this team was still up and down. Even when this team were healthy, it's like, they're not making the playoffs. They're not making the play-in. I mean, come on, this team is trash. Like Pat Bev is all bark but no bite. Remember that one time against the Suns, he was trying to. Remember the one time when the Suns were hot dogging the Lakers? Pat Bev had an end when he was trying to act so tough and all that. But dude,
he got the M1 on Chris Paul. He did the small little thing right there.
Yeah, he put the little sign up like the niggas.
You're getting your brain busted right now if you're Pat Bev. Like, what are you celebrating for? Like, geez.
Right, you only scored 9 fucking points.
A personal see, and that's the problem. You out here trying to win a personal war between you and Chris Paul, and we losing the fucking game.
And not only you losing, you're getting mollywalked on national TV. You're getting dog walked on national TV. And speaking of national TV, being Adam Silver, can you get this team off the schedule, please? I know he's not going to do that. But stop with the whole LeBron to the Prince career. Nobody wants.
But that's it. That's what it is, bro. That's exactly what it is, bro. It's the countdown. Yeah,
If
that's the
I
only
was,
reason.
if
That's
I
the
was a
only reason
commissioner,
why we on TV, bro. Is
if
because they
right,
didn't know which game he was gonna break the motherfucker in,
if
so
I
they
was
just
if
put a
I
grip of
was to
fucking
have,
TVs on.
you're right, you guys are right. But if I was a commissioner, I would not show the Lakers on TV at all this season. For what? There's other teams I could show. Who wants to watch? Who wants to watch? Who wants to watch? Who wants to watch his team watch LeBron break records while his team's down a gazillion points? Who wants to watch that though? Like,
And look, this the cold thing, bro. Nobody want. I don't like this type of basketball, right? I don't. But it's the truth at the end of the day. Every team is gonna go as far as their superstar can take them. If you got
agreed,
two, that's good.
agreed.
But if you end up getting one at that time, he get hurt or however, you only gonna go as far as that superstar can take you. And what I'm looking at now, and it ain't all against LeBron, just his skills. It's a lot of it. He just can't do it no more. He just can't do it no more. The shit that he used to do.
This team might
And
see to lose 50 games. This Lakers team is so booty juice, hyena ass. This team might see to lose 50
damn,
games.
boy, I ain't heard booty juice in years, man. That shit crazy.
This team is so hyena ass. This team might literally lose 50 games. That's how bad this team is, man. They have no depth. Their coaching is questionable. The stars don't fit. They don't move the ball. And do you know if the Lakers don't ball pressure enough, though? They don't ball pressure enough.
Hey, that's why I said, to me, I ain't gonna lie. You know what team I was stacking these teams up, these Laker teams against? I was stacking these teams up against the 2013 Lakers with Dwight Howard and Steve Nash broke up ass. Because that's the same thing. Steve Nash ass was gone, hurt, injury prone, and Dwight, he was hurt and didn't really want to play. Talking about his back, he had surgery and all that. But you know what we end up doing? With no play-in, getting in the AC, getting in the playoffs.
They're the 7th seed. And if
that's crazy, and nobody look at that. That nigga Steve Nash was like 37, 38, nigga. Kobe was like 35, 36.
And here's what's crazy. I'm not saying this would happen. I'm just saying a potential hypothetical. This Lakers team can still lose 50 games and have a legit chance to still be in the playoffs because of the play-in. Think about that.
That's what I'm saying. Look, that's what I'm saying. And that's what that's what I'm saying, bro. These players are getting cushioned. They seen that they stars. Look, they future stars, past stars. Like, damn, these motherfuckers having trouble getting in the playoffs. We need to create something for their 9th, 10th seed ass to still be in there, man. That's how bad this shit is, man.
The play is just wrong, man.
That shit is crazy, man.
And look, that's fucking up niggas. That's why I said I gotta count it. I'm not tripping, but I still gotta count it for these dudes not going in the playoffs because they're going to be ranked ahead of dudes like Dominique Wilkins and other dudes who didn't get in the playoffs. Like we hold that shit against Kobe not getting in the playoffs. But if we had to play in, Kobe would have been in there.
Probably, like probably. And I know
he was like the ninth or 10th seed on some of those things. He would have had a play-in game, but all those players, bro, from back in the days didn't get that. So I'm gonna count it as you didn't get in the playoffs. Like I'm gonna put that on the dude. That gotta go on your shit, man. I'm sorry that the play-in is still ruled as you didn't make the playoffs. I'm sorry. That means I gotta separate the play-in from the playoffs.
Agreed. And I'm not trying to do hypotheticals like that, but sometimes hypotheticals can be facts sometimes, depending on situation. If it wasn't for the play-in, the Clippers and Cavs would be in the playoffs. It's factual. It's a hypothetical, but if it wasn't for the play-in, the Clippers and the Cavs would have been in the playoffs last year, and the Warriors would have made it 2 years ago. They were the real ACs.
Yeah, bro. And that's what I'm saying. The game, look, they want us to settle for less, man. At the end of the day, they want us to settle for less. That's why they tinkering and tampering with all these fucking rules and making it easier because obviously that these players are not the same statue of players that came before them. So you got to lighten shit up, man.
Agreed. But man, this Lakers team needs everything. They need Jesus.
Everything.
They need Mary.
Everything.
They need every freaking thing. They need depth.
Look, we need luck, we need Jesus, we need God, we need all that. We need that luck. And when I say luck, I mean like this is bad luck. Anthony Davis with that injury. We need shit like that to go for other teams that we need to get in front of. And I don't wish no harm on nobody, but we just need that dumb luck to fall on other motherfuckers other than us.
And even if AD comes back next month, because I heard AD might come back next month, even if AD comes back next month, is it going to solve all your problems? I mean, no. He's had a good.
If LeBron James can take us on a good 10 game, if we can maintain like a 50-50 on without him, like or at least 2 games more than losing them, if we can just stay somewhere like that, yeah, maybe that's cool. But what AD coming back to? Like when he look, this is AD we talking about. When this is what the Lakers gonna do. They're gonna see that they don't have a damn chance in hell to even get in the play-in. Probably he just gonna sit out for the whole fucking season, bro.
I mean, the Lakers have a chance.
He said that, Trayvon.
The Lakers have a chance until you're officially eliminated.
I'm holding myself to it. That we ain't gonna make the play-in. And AD, they gonna look at it as, you know what? Start healing all the way for next season, motherfucker. Don't even come back.
Yeah.
Just like Steph with your hand. Don't even come back, motherfucker. Come back to what? Just wait till next year. Shit.
And here's what's even crazy: the Warriors, not to switch teams, Golden State's starting to catch steam. The Warriors have won 3 in a row at home, and they're in the 8 and it what?
Yeah, until they learn to win games on the road.
Facts, LB.
I'm putting stock in that. You know what I'm saying?
Championship teams got to win on the road, bro. Championship teams have to.
And they almost lost to the Hornets. That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's a fact. He's right on that one. I ain't never seen a championship team that couldn't beat you in your own home multiple times too. You may have to.
I mean, they're juggernaut. I mean, they're the classic example right now. At this point, they're the classic example of Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde.
Yeah.
When they're at home, them dudes, that could be a bad example. I'll give you a better one. They're a big old roaring lion when they're at home, but they're a pussycat on the road.
Big time facts.
I mean, when they're at home, they're
yeah.
They're on the road, yeah.
Motherfucking Mufasa at home, and then they're a little kitty cat on the road.
Guys, at home they're like Mike Tyson, but when on the road they're like a punching bag on the road.
Hey, LB, I know I ain't heard, but I'm waiting for you. I know you didn't touch them a little bit, but man, I ain't gonna lie. This my boy. I supported the shit out of him, but man, I'm gonna be tuned in. Please, can you put some sewing kit on my boy Yamarant mouth? He need to get kicked in his ass just a little bit. He just need to get put over somebody's knee and spanked a little bit.
Ooh, I want to talk about that. I definitely gonna talk about that in another video because it wasn't like the main focus.
He disappointed me, man.
But yeah, as much as of a BCA, he talks too much.
He disappointed me. Hey, he losing me, LB.
Suns and the Warriors.
He losing me, LB. With all that talk, I don't like that. Like disrespecting, like badass dudes too. Before you, like, bro, come in humble and just come in humble and then show your talents, bro. But all this, we ain't worried about nobody. I'm giving him buckets. It's like, yeah, calm down, bro. You letting this little NBA YoungBoy music your ass listen to get you out of hand.
And also, they got dog walked by the Suns and the Warriors without their star players. Think about that. I mean, the Suns are CP3, but when I'm saying that,
come on, Jordan Poole is about to get that nigga 40.
Facts. And how do you lose to Ty Jerome? Are you kidding me? How do you lose to Ty Jerome on X-Men? What the hell? And against the Suns, you lost to Okogie, Dwayne Washington. Come on, man.
It takes me back. What's going on with him? It takes me back when Kobe was losing to OKC and he told James Harden and KD them, yeah, y'all playing good basketball, winning a few games in the season, but y'all ain't won shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, don't get cocky with a season win. You ain't did shit yet.
Hey, yo, I appreciate you having me, LB. I gotta head out. Peace, fellas.
Do you think, bro? Come back anytime, bro.
Yes, sir. All right, peace, fellas.
Peace. Stay safe, man. Yeah, the Grizz guys zip their pie holes. Zip your pie hole if you're the Grizzlies until you win championships. It got even so bad that Klay Thompson. Do you remember that Christmas game that he was just taunting Dillon Brooks on the floor? Yeah.
That shit was funny, bro. I'm just looking at that right now when the dude falling and he just like skipping on the side. Yeah, I was like, wow, bro, like this shit embarrassing.
Big time. But I hate when these officials need to call technical fouls for everything. Bro,
Nah, I'm from that LB. I'm from that LB era. I'm with that. I'm with the. You can block my shot if you knock me over some fans and shit. And I look back behind me and you like get that shit out of here, motherfucker. Hey, I'm laughing. I'm like, yeah, you did that shit. Like
exactly. I hate these officials that give you teeth for everything. Like, let it go. Let these players taunt. I mean, the Warriors were running the Grizz right out of the gym.
That's taking momentum from the game, giving the other team points and all type of shit. Like, bro, what is you really trying to do, ref? What are you really on, bro?
That's the thing, right? I understand what they're trying to do as far as like trying to not let stuff get out of hand. When these players out here taunting and all that. But my thing is, look, you're a grown ass man on a court. It's a motherfucking man's world. If you can't have the motherfuckers talking shit to you, then you shouldn't be playing.
That's true. Just ignore criticism. My advice is
because
just ignore it. Don't listen to it.
The game of basketball is just as mental as it is physical.
Yes.
Motherfucker talk you out your game. If you're not careful, motherfucker talk you out your game.
And that's a part of basketball. Hey, LB, that's a part of defense to me. That's a part of defense and offense, talking your shit, because it can help you out there.
But I think there's a limit to that, though. Yeah, do talk a little trash and shit like that.
But at a certain moment, right?
Right? But there's a limit to that, though.
Yeah.
But look, I say at a moment, if I dunk on this motherfucker, if I come through the lane and I dunk, he done slap me in my face, pull me by my arms. Let me get this out right now for this moment. That's one of those moments. When I dunk on him, let me come down in his face and say, you bitch ass motherfucker, you get off of me. Let me do that and run this way. I ain't gonna stay too long. I'm gonna go right back down here after I say it. But let me do that.
You run like the wind. Skedaddle, run before you get
don't that's one thing I say. Don't stand. I don't think you should be able to approach somebody body, like don't get into their body. But if they talk shit and as long as they from a good distance and they like, get that shit out of here. Don't tech them, bro. That's some bullshit.
Especially if the team is up big. And when the Warriors, when Klay Thompson pretty much yab and jab on Dylan Brooks. Yeah, come on, man. Let if you're the ref, just let them taunt, man. The Warriors were mollywopping the Grizz. They were taking the Grizz. They were wearing like fur coats, if you know what I mean. Slicing up the Grizzlies' fur and wearing fur coats. So like, come on, man.
Hey, if they did it, you know what? I'm gonna tell you, niggas like Michael Jordan, Gary Payton, they wouldn't have had no good ass career if they couldn't do that talking.
Agreed. And even Klay Thompson out of the game. Oh, the Grizz were totally they were a dynasty. Like, dude, you're not a dynasty at job. Like, gee whiz, win a few rings and then you can move your gums. As long as that, be quiet as Jerry Mouse, man.
A dynasty on what? Losing in the playoffs, motherfucker.
There ain't no goddamn dynasty. What the hell? Did he really say that?
Well, they were talking.
Yes, LB. Yes, they said they are dynasty.
Talking like it, yeah.
He said, hold on. John Moran said that the Memphis Grizzlies are a dynasty.
He didn't say it like that, but the way he's
he said they're creating a dynasty. He said basically like we're creating to be a dynasty.
Well, you ain't won nothing to be talking that shit first.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all ain't even touched I'm gonna tell you who can say that. You know who can say that? The Boston Celtics. The Jason Tatum Boston Celtics can say we're trying to make ourselves a dynasty because they touched the finals and trying to repeat. But y'all can't do that.
Personally, for me, I don't think you should sit until you win a title. Personally,
or two of them at least two of them, because the franchise. Because look, I'm not gonna say Dirk Nowitzki. Look, Dirk, they wasn't a franchise. They won it once, and that's it. They won a championship. And Boston with Kevin Garnett, they wasn't a franchise. They won it once.
Ray Allen, Rondo.
Yeah, look, Detroit. With Ben Wallace, they wasn't a they wasn't a dynasty because they won it once.
Yep.
Right. Shaq and Kobe, you can say they were a dynasty. They won 3 in a row.
Yeah, thank you, LB. That's what I'm saying. You got to be a multiple. The Boston Celtics and Larry Bird, Kevin McHale, those niggas. That's a dynasty. That's a dynasty when you won it with the same players. Yeah, the same players. Same niggas majority, that's a dynasty.
Right. Even
Now,
Bill
a
Russell
team that was on
Celtics,
the cusp of
dynasty.
being the dynasty was the Detroit Pistons back in the day.
Now, yeah, they're a
When
dynasty.
they went back to
That's a
back.
dynasty too.
Do
You
you think
like,
the
but like you
Spurs were a
said, you at least
dynasty?
got to go back. You at least got to go back to back with a couple final losses too, not just the wins. You kind of got to be there a couple
I want
times.
to ask you,
Losing
do you
probably.
think the Spurs were a dynasty?
They was an iffy ass. Yeah, they're a dynasty though, because they multiple times they won.
They won 5. The only knock on them, they didn't go back to back.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
true.
that's
And they
it.
should have, and they probably would have if Randall did hit that shot in 2013.
But
yeah.
look, I'm not even gonna say that. You got Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal, then just Kobe and Timmy. Like they trading championships. The difference between Kobe and Shaq and Tim is that Kobe they did it in a row, got theirs out the way, and Tim was like, this year, not this year, next year, not this year or that year, next year, like
Yeah, man. What team do you think might be a dynasty in the decade, in your opinion, the 2020s?
But we don't know
New
that.
Orleans. New Orleans, if they get it together. If New Orleans get together and start winning with Zion and Brandon Ingram for those years that them niggas can be locked in together, they could be a fucking dynasty.
Very possible. Very possible. Even
And Jason
Boston,
Tatum, look, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, they can.
Cleveland has a chance, yeah.
I'm just thinking about, and I'm trying to go with teams that been with each other, like got a little chemistry with each other, like the Denver Nuggets. If they get their shit together, they could be a dynasty.
Right.
And look, I know they ain't doing nothing at all right now. They ain't even really making no noise. They just playing good basketball. But if you keep that young core in Indiana together and they grow to be something, they could be a fucking dynasty.
Indiana, who knows, has a chance, yeah.
On that note, I'm going to get up out of here. My food about to come, and I'm hungry as shit. So I'm going to.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty.
Appreciate you, LB, all the time, bro.
Appreciate it. Thank you, LB. And subscribe to my other subscribe to my show, The Last Laugh Podcast.
All right, yeah, got that. The Last Laugh Podcast. Got it.
Thanks.
All right. If you're not subscribed to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Oh, what a good catch and good throw.
LB, don't forget to get hey, LB, one more request. Don't forget that boy Ja whenever you do it again.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to do a video about John Morant. Don't worry. Because don't get me wrong. I love John Morant. I think he's a fucking beast. But you got to cut all that. You got to shut all that goddamn talking.
He has to cut the chatter, yeah.
So that's all I got. This your man. Scream at me. Oh!
Oof!
Shut up.